I should have really opened up my YouTube app first, but I'll do that now.
I was kind of thinking too.
I got to change my account over from the Fourth Horseman. Uh, Everybody knows. All right.
Well, you've been a gamer too.
Oh yeah, that's where I came from. Everybody knows.
Mhm.
Whoop, hold on.
Pop out this chat.
All right, there we go. Get in the chat, and we're live. And just yes, welcome, and just in time, folks. How you doing, John? And Izzy, good to see you. Pac, Brett, Fuji, Clancy. Oh, wonderful, wonderful people. And thank you for those thumbs up. Today is a special interview here on SiX'S Social Fix. I don't have my lighting on. I'll get it there in a minute. We're here with the one and the only Uber Goober.
Hi, everybody.
Now, Uber Goober is absolutely amazing, in my opinion. And as you all know, I wouldn't have her here if I didn't think that way. So, I've been watching Uber Goober for a while. If you don't know who she is, I'll be leaving a link in the description below. It's really exciting for me to bring this interview to you. I haven't done an interview in a while. It's hard to wrangle up really good interviews. I don't just like to bring, and there's so many people that I have lined up too here. Carolyn, good to see you. And it's very good to see you, Sam and Anna. Wonderful. Marie Duffy, Karen. I've always liked ninjas. But yes, I've been able to reach up and grasp a wonderful, wonderful soul here on this platform. And we can all be thankful here. Coming from the Pacific Standard Time. Again, the one and only Uber Goober. Now, Uber, how you doing today? How you feeling, girl?
I'm doing good. It takes me about an hour to wake up, my lungs to wake up, but I'm doing good. I'm got the coffee, and I'm doing good this morning.
Awesome to know. Yeah, I got my beer since I work third shifts, so
there you go.
That's why you see me drinking beer at this time. And I think, let me run over there. Yeah, you're already there. Hi, Tom. How you doing? What's up, Jordan? And as my typical intro here, hi, Red, to any of my interviews, I want to thank you for taking your time out today to sit with me. As I said, I've been watching, hi, Quinny, honey. I've been watching you for quite some time, and I'm very excited and very honored to have you here, Uber. I wanted to start off, we are here where we're at, folks. Everybody has a journey and everybody has a story. And today we're going to discuss Uber's story. And, I know you're on the West Coast, Uber. Now, tell us where it all began. Now, when you were growing up as a kid, where did you live? Were you always on the West Coast, or did you move around at all here?
Oh, gosh, I moved around quite a bit. Say hello to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your time.
Big hugs and kisses to y'all. And so, I was born in Montana, born and raised there. And from there, I went down to, I played music for a living. So I started playing drums when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And, it ended up being a professional career for years. And then I ended up on the road playing with some pretty big people, Willie Nelson, Mo Bandy, Patsy Montana. A lot of you are probably too young to even know who these people are. But
that's interesting you say that, because my friend Duke Landry worked with Willie Nelson as well.
Yeah, we did an opening. What we were was in the summertime, we were a lead show for a lot of the state fairs.
Okay.
There were 14. It was called Touch of Country Brass, and it was a 14-piece group. And then in the wintertime, we were the Dalton Gang, and we did the tours. Back then, we had an agent.
Yeah.
And we did tours like down in Laughlin, Nevada, I-5, up I-5.
Okay.
We did a lot of tours. And then when we were down, we were studio musicians for people wanting to record songs. But for Willie Nelson, we opened a show for him. Matter of fact, I have a belt buckle that was signed by him.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was.
interesting.
Well, yeah, there was a Crow Indian that I knew that did a beaded belt buckle for me.
Okay.
On the back of it was leather, and we happened to be doing the opening show for him in, I don't remember where it was. I think it was in Nebraska somewhere. And he said, "Boy, I sure like that belt buckle." And I said, "Here, do you want it?" And he grabbed it and he said, "Yeah." And I said, "No, you don't. Give it back." And he said, "Did you sign it for me?" And he said, "Yes." And he signed the back of it for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
And what was so funny, why he liked it, was that's just when he came out with that movie, The Texas Rose or Yellow Rose.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago.
I've
And
heard of that. I never saw that though. That's so
yeah,
interesting. That's
yeah.
absolutely crazy. Hi, Allie. How you doing? And everyone else. Queen Bee. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, Uber Goober. So that's interesting. So okay. So wow. So Montana, Nebraska. What else? All right. Where else did your adventures take you as a kid? Now, how was it growing up? Did you have any sisters or brothers? How was your
Yeah,
How was your mother and father?
I've got a sister and I've got a brother who just committed suicide in January.
Oh my God.
And
I'm sorry
he
about that.
was,
My condolences to you.
grew up with drug addiction, got himself clean for 20 some years, and ran into some hard times. And it all stemmed from a woman. And she, or not, I can't blame her. I can't. It was his own illness. But yeah, shot his head off January 6th.
Gosh. Well, my condolences too, and your
Yeah.
family. That's terrible. I hate to hear that. That's
Yeah, it took a toll on me. It was only well, we lost little Rosie on the 23rd of December, and then January 6th, he
oh
shot and killed himself. So it took a toll on me for a while.
yeah.
And matter of fact, I'm still in the glump. I'm just digging myself out of depression. But yeah,
Of course.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But hey, all in all, I mean, you got to keep plugging, right? You can't live.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep trudging away. I mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah. That is just that is horrible. And I'm sure I can speak for everybody. That I'm very sorry for that loss. I mean, as I said, I mean, you know, death is always, it seems to be bittersweet from what I've seen. I mean, they're always in a better place, to some's belief. And, regardless, it's like my father died last June of diabetes, but he had it for 55, 60 years. He had his one leg amputated. My mother is currently fighting bone cancer, taking care of
Oh my gosh, honey.
and they're all the way down in Florida, and I'm working 60 hours a week, so it's with two jobs, so it's like, yeah, it's tough. And he's in a better place, so I'm happy for that. He is not in pain anymore, at least we can say that, things like that. So I do, I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's always a tragedy, but we always learn from loss. It makes us stronger, as harsh as it may sound.
Well, you carry the living, the ones that have to carry on, honey, are the ones that carry a lot of the guilt. Such as I'm sure that you're carrying guilt because you can't be closer and do more.
Right.
You can do so much. You're never going to stop the inevitable.
I just felt that I could have been there more, but then I was just working so much, and I've been working third shift. Now I've been working third shift 22 years.
Oh, wow.
Like my body is too, like, even on days off, if I'm up at night, if it's dark, once the sun goes down, I'm a vampire. I gotta actually it's the opposite, because working night shift for that long, it's like when the night goes down, I could be sleeping all day and get up at 10 o'clock at night. I'll get up and, try to relax, and I'll pop a beer, and then I'll fall back asleep until 4 or 5 in the morning until I got to go do that.
Hell, I tried that for about 7 months. I was, in my younger days, I was a nurse's aide. For a nursing home. Holy shit.
Bless your heart. Yeah.
Yeah, 11 to 7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so Yeah. Yeah. It's not easy. But, what about that? Now, I mean, what about school? Like, how was your school? Did you go to, are you Catholic or anything like that? Like
school.
Oh, me too. 20 years of Catholic.
Oh my God. Parochial school.
Parochial school. Okay.
I got smacked a few times by a nun. Hi, everybody out in the chat. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Monique and OKC and Bongo. How you doing? my lovely, lovely friend. But yes, um, Black Cat Lover, hello,
I
welcome.
love Black Cat Lover and Mary. Good
Absolutely.
people
Hi,
in here.
Midwestern Mary. Great to see you here.
Everybody, make sure you share all this. Share it out on your tweets and
Thank you, Uber.
Facebook and all of that. And thumbs up.
Thank you for all those thumbs ups. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
so much support, and that's this is what I'm talking about. You're very well respected and well deserved. And
Oh,
a lot of people get shade for no reason just because that's this platform. We all know it. And let me tell you something. You're an inspiration to me personally. I don't know why Uber had this one video where at the end she let loose on these haters and she deleted the video, but she was.
yeah, private.
You know what one I'm talking about. Oh,
Yeah.
it's still there. Oh man.
Yeah.
That would be great. If I would ever make a video about don't mess with Uber, I would ask your permission to use that clip. I won't ask you permission.
Oh yeah, you can use it anytime you want. Just
But but because I just started recently editing, so that's going to be interesting when I start throwing that into the mix. And then school, like school. So she went to parochial school. Now, how was that for you? How were the teachers?
it was a nightmare. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
Um, I of course kindergarten all the way up till I graduated,
yeah.
and I even got kicked out of school, believe it or not, for slapping
Oh,
a nun back.
oh, well, tell us that
Um,
story.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm going to.
I've got to. I want to know
Well,
about that.
well, I was in a band. I was first chair playing drums, first chair,
Oh my.
and we had a nun by the name of SiX'S first chair. I'm not shitting you.
Oh yeah.
We had a nun by the name of Sister Barbara, and we called her Wombat because she had an arm that was kinked always up like this. I
Oh.
mean, it's a kid thing, right? Well, we had a pep rally at a basketball game, and we had to wear these stupid long-sleeved white shirts, the old ones with the
Oh yeah.
hole in here,
Oh yeah.
and then a green, stupid canary green, because that was our colors.
Why did they pick the ugliest colors for these schools?
No,
I don't get it.
Catholic church. What do
I
you
don't.
expect, right?
It's like Winnebagos or RVs. You don't have any other designs and a bunch of tan and white lines. It's been like we could go to the moon, but you can't figure out a different RV design. Come on, guys. You're
Colors
trying
or
hard.
something out of there,
Yeah,
same little flowers or
absolutely.
something.
Hi, Stellar.
And, hey,
Sean.
Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hey,
Corey.
Stellar.
Look at these great people in here. Anthony, good to see you.
Oh, good people. And
Yeah, right.
so we had a prep rally, and we had to play drum. Of course, I'm playing drums, and my drumstick kept getting caught in that little cuff.
Okay, yeah.
So what I did was on that one side, I just rolled up the cuff to where my drumsticks wouldn't.
Right.
And she walked in and she said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Well, I can't play drums doing that. My drumstick is getting caught." And she could obviously see that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So
She's the teacher.
she said, "Roll it down." So I did, and it kept getting caught. So I rolled it back up, and she came over and she said, "Either you roll down your sleeves, or you will not play drums anymore." And I said, "Okay, Sister Barbara, either I quit playing drums right now and walk away, or I roll up my sleeves." I mean, whatever. Walking back to her.
Oh.
Yeah, she slapped me across the face. So I slapped her back.
What was? Oh my! What was the percentage of the slappages? All right, so she slapped you at what percent? What you would say?
Probably a good maybe 40 to 50%. It was
Really?
some. Yeah.
So she put her elbow into it, not her shoulder, but her elbow was in it.
No. Well, she couldn't put too much. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you can only slap so far with a wing like that,
Yeah. Remember, folks, nuns and priests know how to hit so they don't bruise. Okay.
They do,
Uber
man.
will vouch for me.
Wicked back then.
They know what the heck they're doing. They're like monks. They know about it.
Oh, hell yeah, she knew
You know
what
what I
she was doing.
Oh,
So
Max,
I
hey,
slapped
how
her
you doing?
back. Oh,
Yeah.
God forbid the war was on. I got kicked out of school,
Yeah.
but I went home, and here I was in this 49 Plymouth, 3 on the column going home. It was my grandfather's old car. He gave it to me. And so here I am. If you can imagine back then, here I am. And I wasn't fat or heavy back then. I was pretty well, I was
Yeah.
fine. And here I am driving home in this 49 Plymouth with the driving home like this. Oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat when I get home, I'm going to get my ass
Yeah,
beat.
of course.
Yeah, and I walked in the house. Mom said, "What the hell are you doing home so early?" And I said, "Mom, I got in trouble." And she said, "What happened?" And I told her. She said, "You hit her?" I got my ass beat.
Oh, geez.
But I got in big time trouble for that, slapping a nun, which I should have.
Yeah.
I admit. But my mother went to school the next day with the principal, Sister Mary, who was the principal, and said, "Sister Barbara ever lays another hand on my child, I personally will come down here and beat the shit out of her."
Oh, I've always loved Sister Mary's. Aren't they all nice? I've never met a bad Sister Mary.
And I never had another problem with Sister Barbara.
I'm
But
sure you didn't.
no, but but I ended up out of school for a week for that one. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I was kind of a meanie back. Well, I wasn't even mean. I just stood up for myself. I've been like this my whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I can tell that's one thing that drew me to you was your fire. I'm seeing you sitting there, and people coming at you, and you know how to handle them, and you'll address them. You're like me. When people ask me a question and they're a troll, oh, I'm going to answer them, and I'm going to answer them in a certain way that I deem necessary to respond, to said comment. So I understand it, but I loved how you have levels of it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you're supposed to. You know how. See, Uber knows how to take a troll comment and laugh about it. She's got a wonderful, wonderful sense of humor. That's what I've noticed. But she'll also flip you off and kick you in the ass. Probably a lot faster than I could.
Hence
So
that one video that you saw me with my fingers in the air. Yeah.
I remember your fingers, and it wasn't her pinkies, folks. So I'm gonna tell you that right now. Just to give you, hi sugar, how you doing? And
Yeah.
Stella Joe's here, and let me say hi to Jasmine. I knew I missed Jasmine up there. It's great to see all you guys, and thank you for all those likes for our show here with Uber Goober today. We're just yes, these guys are wonderful people. Uber was a rebel. You got that right, Maxine.
Oh, I was terrible, Maxine. At some time, no, I never got into the drugs and drinking.
Hi, Bus.
I got to say that I was a good kid. I mean, if I didn't come in the house when my curfew was up on the dot, matter of fact, I should have been 5 minutes early. My mother, God bless her soul, would be sitting in the chair with the. I came in late about 3 hours late one night she was sitting in the leather chair by the front door with the damn butcher knife.
Oh, geez.
Now, she would never have hurt me.
No, but it's
But
intimidation.
it was the intimidation when I walked in. She said, "When
Absolutely.
I be in at a certain time, young lady, you better have your ass here. You understand me?" Yes, ma'am. And I'm telling you what. Now, my dad was on the other spectrum. My dad would give us kids $5
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah.
"Get the hell out of here. Your mother's on the warpath."
Yeah.
Candy.
That's how my mother and father were. Also, my dad would give me a cracking real fast if I deserved it, and I never had a problem with a good old fashioned, you know what I'm saying, father giving you a whooping if you deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm for that. I know that that's what these millennials. I know that that's frowned upon, and I'm only kidding, millennials. I'm hearing all over the radio stations. Like I go to work and I surf different different channels, and they're all talking about millennials. Like I don't know what the problem is. I get along with every age group, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't know why they're harping on them right now, but
I don't know.
whatever.
And I've done my fair share of bullshit, such as sneaking out with my friend, staying the night, and toilet paper in the house.
Of course.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
shit like that.
it's growing up. That's what makes life interesting
Yeah.
and fun. So parochial school, you slapped a nun, you got kicked out of school what about what happened during high school? What about dating? Did you do any date? Like how much did you date back, like you say in high school? Did you have,
Well, my folks were very strict when it came to that. We were very strict Catholics.
Okay.
So,
Roman Catholic?
yeah.
Oh yeah, my father, yeah, that's how I was raised as well.
Yep. So I wasn't allowed to date until I was 16 years old. And whoever I date had to come to the house and meet both my parents. I mean, it was just, the old fashioned way.
Yeah.
They had to know their parents. their parents spoke to my parents, and then we were allowed to go out. Dad made sure that they had
Yeah.
insurance, that they had, I mean, everything was on the up and up. So I didn't have much of a dating life because a lot of parents were very intimidated by my folks,
Yeah.
or a lot of kids were intimidated by my folks. But I did have boyfriends, but not a lot. I didn't go out a lot. I mean, it was very on the up and up. We'd
Yeah.
have a pizza. I had myself stuck pretty much into my drum playing by then. I
Yeah.
played with the Scottish band, and I worked on the weekends. I babysat. I was a lifeguard. So I worked a lot. I didn't have time for that kind of stuff. I took
Yeah.
drum lessons every Saturday. I babysat on the weekends. And then during the week, I'm busy. My folks kept me busy. So,
Of course, yeah. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
same for me. I can't tell you how many hours my father drugged me down to take a look at the lawnmower when he knew I couldn't do anything. He just wants me standing there
yeah,
watching him fix it, and I didn't learn anything. I
yeah,
mean, because I was at that age. Yeah, same thing.
yeah.
Um,
So, I just, and then from there, um, I did a lot of jobs. And from there, I found, well, not a lot. I could probably name on my hand how many jobs I've had.
mhm.
But unless you had a full size mannequin for your bed when sneaking out at night, hello, there you go, Stellar.
Hi, Mike. Hi,
Um,
Sugar. If
but
I
from
didn't say
there, I
hi,
went on the road playing music.
yeah.
Of course, I flipped burgers for a while I flipped burgers for my aunt called the Hamburger Joint.
Ah,
And I did that. So I worked a lot when I was growing up.
yeah,
And, but from there, I just got into my music real heavy and
yeah.
joined a band called, God, what the hell was that name of that first band I joined? Oh,
It was
God,
Goober. I don't know. I was really trying
I don't know. I can't
to.
remember.
I was trying to make undisclosed band name.
Well, yeah, and the problem is my memory is bad. So anyway, yeah, and from there I joined the Dalton Gang. I went down to how I did that was I joined this band and we went down to Wyoming
Okay.
and did a statewide. It was not only statewide, but it was a big. What's the word I'm looking for? It was a big
Wiener.
case. Shut up. It was a big showcase. And that's where Patsy Montana and the Playboys
Okay.
and
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
were at to do a big collab. And as a matter of fact, I ended up getting put into the Wyoming Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Hall
Oh
of
wow.
Fame. Yeah,
Wow,
John
that's amazing.
Mello, who was the Texas Playboy drummer, was there. He ended
Oh.
up getting sick, and they asked if I would step in and play just a set for him to step in for him, which
Oh.
I did. I also have a drumstick signed by him.
Oh really?
Yeah,
So you get
yeah,
a lot of
and
stuff signed by people. That's good.
yeah. So we're talking,
I
we're
can't.
talking 35 years ago. All this came down,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then from there, other bands looked at me. It was kind of like a talent thing. Looked at me and tried to get me to go with them on the road. Well, that's where I ended up with Dalton, the Dalton Gang
Oh
out in
wow.
Nebraska. They picked me up there, and I went with them there.
That's interesting. That's awesome. So the Dalton game. That was a. And like I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. Like,
Yeah,
what was your favorite instrument like when you were involved in all this? Now, I know. Can't you play? You can play multiple instruments.
yeah. I play a little bit of guitar.
Okay.
Kenko Trooper. I just got to stop here for 1 minute.
Hold on. Let me put the light on. Go ahead, Uber.
Kenko Trooper, I have been asking about you. I have been worried sick about you. Where have you been, my friend? Oh my goodness sakes, it is so good to see you. Oh my gosh, I have been so worried about you. Don't you ever do that to me again.
What do you do?
Well, I haven't heard from him or about him for a long, long time.
I think I saw him in. I forget where I saw him. Yeah. Kenko's great. I've known Kenko since I've been around.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, we were talking a little bit about it before the stream. I met Kenko, I think, over in Cat Stream, and
Wonderful soul.
Yeah, I love Kenko, and he's very intelligent. He's always got something wise to say, and a lot of his comments actually have pointed me in the right direction, in my opinion. So I'm very happy for
Really,
that.
yes. And there's Sid's Angel and Mary.
All great people in here. I mean, look
All
at this.
right.
This is what.
I'm gonna have to. Part of my morning ritual is taking a water pill.
Go ahead, take
I
your water
have to
pill.
take 5 seconds and run to the restroom. I'll be
Don't
right back.
take your time. You don't have to rush. I'm gonna go, and I gotta get my. Where's my background? My uncopyrighted. No, I don't want the heavy metal wouldn't suit this one. I'm gonna do uncopyrighted, and then I'll just put. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my old normal guys for the social fix here. Boy, I am getting blasted with emails here. Right here. That's right. Monique, hello. Look at these wonderful people. Hello, my YouTube lover. Welcome. Yeah, I guess I was really lucky to see Kenko last week. Everybody's like, Kenko, son of a blister, where you been? Ah, it's good to see all you guys. Ah, yes. The Four Horsemen. I gotta talk to Vinny G. Hi, Minnow. How you doing, honey? That should be a pretty good volume. I don't know. We'll find out later, won't we, guys? You're avoiding going grocery shopping right now. All right. That's we're going to call that the best statement of the day. We're going to have a new thing here on the show. It's going to be called the best statement of the day, and that's the best one. Midwestern Mary says she's avoiding going grocery shopping right now, and you can't blame her.
Kento, I'm so sorry. I understand what you went through. That just breaks my heart. Hugs, Monique.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Kenko.
I'm sorry, Kenko. I'm just going to pin that just so
Gosh.
people could wish their prayers on you, my brother. Sorry about that. That is my condolences, my friend. Hello, JK.
I'm so sorry about that, Kenko. Gosh.
I didn't know that.
That day, losing I lost my mother on the 13th. It was 5 years ago, and it seems like it was yesterday. And it's just something that lasts with you forever.
Yeah.
Something about losing your mother.
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. That one's not going to be like, I loved my dad to death, but the mother is not going to be, I'm adopted. And I was very fortunate to have wonderful parents, which I wouldn't trade for, it sounds weird to say, but I wouldn't trade for my real parents because that's just who they are. No, I don't love my real parents any less, but it's not an attached love. You know what I mean? It's not that unconditional love to a degree that you get to from doing it. So yes, absolutely. It's always hard. And I don't know. It's always hard taking loss.
Just know, honey, that there's people out here that really care and will be there for you.
Absolutely. Everybody, absolutely. And everybody feels it. This is not segregated to just one or two people, folks. This is everybody and everybody here in this chat. So, all this war going on. I'm sorry. Everyone knows me as like a guy that likes to mediate and try to squash beefs. And I normally don't win. I mean, Uber, my first attempt was at Kat and Lindy. Well,
goodness, yeah. I don't think
that was my
situation resolved.
Well, I mean, hey, I gave them both fair shots, and Lindy opted to mic up and and carry on her story and let us know. Kat didn't want to talk. That to me that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not going to ask you about unless you wanted to chime in. I'm not going to ask you about your stance on anybody or any side taking because that's just I'm not an on the spot kind of guy.
Like I said earlier, I'm a big time lurker.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much and I've learned how to do that. When I first started YouTube,
Yeah.
I was in every stream talking up a storm,
Yeah.
and and then what happened was I'd shoot my mouth. I'd let my mouth override my nose.
Yeah.
Substitute myself because I was wrong without knowing a lot of what was going down. Instead of watching, I would believe other people.
Of course.
And I'll tell you what, 95% of the shit you see here on YouTube is hearsay. Yep,
Wrong.
yep, or wrong, because people will take it and run without doing their own investigation and getting their own truth out there.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. And I'm excited to talk about that. You talk about your schooling. Your parents were very strict, Catholic school.
very strict. Yeah.
So you didn't get a lot. So did that make you more rebellious, you think?
No.
No, you pretty much were, you stuck
I
to the
was
line
like
until you were, yeah.
Mhm.
No, like when did you, like, when was what was your first experience like moving out of your parents' house when you finally made that huge step that we all made?
When I
And
was 18. When I was 18.
when you're 18, okay, so she's an
My
18 and out.
My folks always told me I could leave at any time I wanted, 18 and above.
Right.
And then, and I was always welcome back. They knew I was trying and
Yeah.
I was working and able to help.
Oh yeah, I've gone back. I went back to mom and dad's once, but in my late 20s. Yeah, absolutely, it happens. You know what I mean? And I don't judge again, anyone doing that. So, use your resources, use your family, folks. That's why don't always put your family first, because they're going to be the only ones there for you.
Right.
When the shit hits the fan, and your close friends, obviously.
Right.
Yeah,
It's just one of those things. You want to. Of course, when you're young, you think everybody. The kids always think everything revolves around them.
right.
And life is invisible. And I was the same way, but I worked hard. That was instilled in me. If dad and mom always told me they give me a weekly allowance, but if I didn't work for it, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
They were strict. I had drum practice every day, a half hour. My grandfather gave me my first drum set, which was an old set of Slingerland drums
Okay.
with Zildjian cymbals. And I still have the snare. It's up on my wall behind me. And I had to practice every day. If I missed a day, then I had to practice an hour the next day.
Right.
Well, I had missed like 2 days in a row, and when dinner time, 6 o'clock dinner was on the table every night at 6. And I did not know, but I sat down to eat, and Dad said, my dad never hardly ever disciplined me, hardly ever.
Yeah. So he was the softy then.
Yeah, to a point, yeah.
The good guy.
God forbid if a child ever thinks their mom and dad talk to each other about shit, right?
Right, exactly, yeah.
So I sit down at the table and Dad goes, did you practice your drums today? I went, no. Why not? And I said, I don't know. He said, you go downstairs, you grab that whole damn drum set. So I did. And he took that drum set, threw it. I watched him from the kitchen window, took it out and put it in the garbage.
Oh.
And I knew garbage was coming, pickup was coming the next day.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I was devastated. When he got done putting it all out in the garbage, he came back in and he said, now you can call your grandfather and tell him what you've done and why
Oh,
that drum
jeez.
set got thrown away. And I
Wow.
went, oh my God. And I was just devastated. So the next day, I was crying. I didn't get any sleep that night. I was crying. And the next day, I go out there to see if the drums are gone. They're gone. Now
Yeah.
my heart's really racing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. Well, what I didn't know was my dad had taken them and put them across the alley at my uncle's house.
Oh, of course he did.
Rotten, right? Rotten. I tell you what, I never missed playing another half hour a day at all.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow. What a lesson, right? What a
Yeah.
lesson.
That was absolutely beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. But
Yep.
yeah, and that's kind of how my father was. But I don't. The first bike I got, I was 15, and it didn't have any brakes. And we lived on a rural type of housing area, so we just had this thing we called the chicken hill. It was pretty much a 45-degree slope down. So that was I had to put my foot in between the axle and the tire, to do the old stop like that. Needless to say, I ran out of many shoes fast. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean the whole discipline of school, especially in grade school, really forms you to kind of how you react in high school, going forward to college. Did you ever get into college? Like, did you go through college, or I mean, college?
I did. I took up. It was a community college,
Okay.
and what I did was I took
Hi, Rory.
medical. It was medical and business.
Yeah.
Is what I took together. So I had the medical terminology and all that kind of thing. Transcription type stuff is what I did. And I went for a year, plus I worked during that time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it for a year.
That's hard, too. Yeah.
It was hard. It was very hard. I'm amazed that I remembered all those terms and everything.
Yeah.
And that was back when the computers were MS-DOS.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember that. You needed to type in a little. I was like I don't know, 14 or 15 when computers first came out back in I don't even know what 90s, early 90s, 91, 90.
Oh, it was even earlier than that.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was earlier than that.
I don't remember what it was. My dad worked for the Bethlehem Steel. So here, he used to live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I'm right outside of Allentown. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure most people know where Allentown is. If you don't know, you listen to the Billy Joel song, Allentown. It describes what Allentown is. They even say Bethlehem. But, yeah, it was the same thing. Like, okay, so now how did you find time to balance dating with your music, your passion for music? At the same time, now you're in college, you're doing this with a job. Like, what took priority back then?
Well, back then, I mean, it was...
Boys?
No.
Music.
Yes, it was music.
I figured.
Yeah, it was music. And let me tell you something. A lot of people think musicians are nothing but, little saucy. They sleep with everything. Well, let me tell you, the best lesson I ever learned, lurking lesson, was to be sitting up on a stage back behind everybody else and watch the entire audience to see who's sleeping with who's doing drugs. Best movie you could ever see. Best movie.
Oh,
and you know exactly who to stay away from, who's, I mean, it is the best.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's funny.
That one also, it was during the AIDS situation. So there was, you had to be really careful. Hell, I was celibate for 15 years on the road playing with the Dalton Gang.
Oh, okay.
I never slept with anybody.
So that pretty much tells you, folks, her passion was music.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
and
awesome.
I did not think it was right to be out there on the road, get a relationship started, and have to go down to the next town and start again. That's sweat.
Yeah. That now you're the hoofty. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be the hoofty. I don't even know if. Yeah. There's people in here that know what hoofty. Hi, what's up, Chris? CM Richard Gaming. Yeah. And that's good that you find that passion. Especially at that point in your life. I think the 20s. Like your teenage years and your 20s are absolutely huge. Like, yes, where you come from, I'm a huge believer of like environment is definitely a key factor in how you turn out.
Right.
And, obviously you turned out well. Now you went through college, you're working, you're juggling music and everything else. You're on the road, the Dalton Gang. And, now that brings us to like, now how did I find you? No, I found Uber, obviously, on this platform, but how did you get to find YouTube? How did that journey begin here? And what were your first initial reactions to your channel being started? Like, how'd you get started over here?
Well, I was driving for Uber.
Okay.
I drove for Uber.
Really? That's it. Is that where you got your name?
Yeah, hence the name.
Ah, okay.
And if you watch my very first video that I ever did, I was just diagnosed. Well, and I knew it all along, but I just was too stubborn to go to a pulmonologist and say, "Hey, I've got problems breathing."
So you know you're to catch the just to let the chat know. So you have COPD, correct?
Right, right.
Okay, okay, and we'll
Yeah.
get into that. We can talk if you'd like, but go ahead. Sorry,
Yes.
go on.
No, no, you're fine. And so I was walking around with an oxygen tank, and I was so stubborn that I wouldn't even put it on half the time. And I can sit here like this and take out my hose, but and my oxygen level will drop, but it won't drop too dangerous low. But if I get up and start moving, it's absolutely. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I was driving for Uber, and driving for Uber, sometimes you need to, get out, fill your car up with gas, go potty, blah 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 blah, and Deb, and yeah, that's how I got started. I
Yeah.
decided to kind of talk to people, being new into the area and my condition. I decided to kind of like start blogging. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what I did.
I didn't. Yeah, I must have missed that. Like I've seen everything. You should see. And folks, again, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below. Uh, you're gonna love Uber. Uber, and I can't wait for this Christmas too. Like, what's your favorite type of vlogging to do? Like, and we'll get into. I'm not going to spoil it for them. I'm going to let them go. And trust me, guys, you're going to want to go see her old Christmas specials. But let me explain something too as well. Something that I learned from you. She groups her videos so conveniently. Her playlists are right there, so you know exactly. It directs you exactly where you want to see. So if I want to see Uber, then I can go there. Okay. Did you see that self-editing? Did you like that? I'm going to let them find out. So,
It was great.
and I didn't mute. That's what I do. But I'll be leaving a link in the description below. Please head over, and if you love what you see, which I'm pretty sure you will, make sure to follow her up and follow her through these adventures through this next coming up, because we're going to get into something that's fun and exciting right now. And what's fun and exciting is once Halloween comes, which is, amazing holiday. What's your take on Halloween? Do you love Halloween? Do you not?
Okay, I'm not a big Halloweener.
Yeah.
Christmas is where I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm able to do a little bit more with it than I think Halloween.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because I love Thanksgiving because of food. That's always nice. But then, I got to say, Christmas was, and I thank my aunt, my father's sister, who's a wonderful aunt. I love her. She's, we've always been very close, but she was that one aunt that just spoiled me when I was a little kid, and it gave me a good relationship with her, and she was like my main babysitter when my folks were out. So it was very interesting to know now that it really, like, the more time you spend with people, the really the better you get to know them inside and out, and you can talk to family. I was talking about my aunt about stuff that I'd be embarrassed to talk to my sisters about. It was really, really cool to me. But she's always been so supportive. I know what you mean. So now YouTube, is one of these things where you can present yourself. You have a platform with a certain limited freedom of speech, which is always nice.
Right.
What do you think about the YouTube things going on right now? Like, what do you think about like the different policies that are coming out now for these content creators? What's your take on all this?
Well, I'll tell you what I've done. I deleted a channel called Grandma Uber, which was directly towards little kids. It was just like a story time for little kids.
Yeah.
I deleted it, and I've added a new channel. And it is called Uber's Histories and Mysteries.
Okay.
And what it is, and I got to work today on it. It's going to be nothing but videos. And the first one I'm going to do is be about Roscoe Artbuckle, Fatty Artbuckle.
Okay.
And then, as far as the history part of it's going to be fun facts. Such as what women used to use for birth control. Stuff dung up their woo-wah.
What they used to put up there? Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're going to have to tune in and see on Uber's
I know, right? But
Yeah,
all these are going to be is like 3 to 5 minute videos. That's
right.
all they're going to be
Perfect.
on this channel.
That's what they want. That's what
Hmm.
YouTube wants. They don't want live streams. Live streams. This what we're Uber and I are doing here. They want this strictly for businesses. Now I don't know if talk shows come into business. Is that a business? Like is it?
I
It is, but
know.
it's not.
Yeah,
What is a talk show? We don't know. I don't know. Do you know?
I would think it is, but
I would think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I
jeez.
just want to be able to, and I've got a lot of things to work on for this new channel. But
Yeah.
just remember, everybody, it's called Uber's Histories and Mysteries, or
Hi, Flatline.
Uber's Histories and Mysteries.
I'll find it. I'm going to be leaving the links in the. I always leave links for.
Yeah, I just opened it up. It doesn't have any content yet. So, but yeah, so that's where I'm headed with mine. But I'm
Awesome.
still going to do my other one, Uber Goober, because I like doing my Santa babies coming out
Yeah.
the 1st of December, and then we're doing a Christmas special, December 14th for the kids, Santa Claus.
Oh wow, that's great.
Which we
That's
do
amazing.
every year. We do every year.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, all the kids can get a hold of. My friend Paula's got a Twitter, Santa Claus Twitter, and all the kids can get a hold of them, or the parents send their name and what they want for Christmas, and their age and their name, and then if they want to do their name, they can also use a fake name, and
Yeah.
then Santa Claus reads off their names and what they want and talks to them. December 14th on live
Okay.
stream.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll have Mama Claus there. We'll have and 2L and music.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, and if see, that's what I talk about, folks. Okay, Uber knows what's going on. She knows how to give back to communities, and that's what I've noticed in the time that I've been watching it. You know, and it's one of those things you don't find everywhere in the world, and especially on this platform. As Uber was saying earlier, 90% of this out here is just like people either trying to judge you, it seems like, or they're going to judge you anyway, whether they speak their mind or not. But I think if people are around long enough, they eventually end up letting it leak out. You know what I'm saying? In one form or another, which is fine. I mean, I like Uber. We enjoy people telling us how they feel, and we have no problem responding back to how we will respond to whatever comment you give us, which is another great thing. You have to be. There's got to be freedom of speech. There should be a limit. I mean, as far as I'm sure my morals are the simple ones. You know what I'm saying? No racism, no sexism, none of that. Just all the isms. Just leave the isms out of here. You know what I'm saying? There's no room for isms here. So I'm happy to think that I have a pretty safe community here where people can come in, and if there is people, rabble rousers, they will be dealt with accordingly. And Uber is no exception to this rule as far as making sure her chat is safe, because I know that the people, and as I was telling you, Uber, like as you can see, a lot of people you probably recognize here in the chat. So that's what I mean. We have a certain like-minded people find each other, and I believe this. And and it's over time that we develop relationships. No matter how deep they may go, we always have to maintain respect. And this is one thing we were talking about earlier too. There's so much drama around here, and people, he said, she said, always, guys, go to the source, and it will save so much difficulty for you down there. Always be honest, and you don't have to worry about what you said. Uber, we were talking about it earlier. I mean, what's your take on about all? Like, I know there's a lot of stuff that happens on YouTube, but the way that you handle it is very good. So, is it thick skin naturally from growing up and going through all that you went through, as far as just having a harder discipline than a lot of people? Being strict with your music. I mean, obviously, it sounds like your father and mother instilled good values in you, and you've carried it over to here. What can you give any advice to content creators out here that are dealing with trolls, that are really giving them the business? They really. What do you think about all that?
Well, to be honest with you, my folks did instill great great moral discipline in me.
Yeah,
To the point of always be honest. And you and I talked about that, always be honest.
absolutely.
But in that same respect, YouTube, of course, didn't even exist back then when I was growing up.
Yeah,
But if I had to redo anything, it would be not give so much personal information out.
yeah,
That would be the one thing, because no matter how truthful you are about your own personal information, about anything, people are going to find something to pick on, tear you apart, especially with the trolls. And they're
yeah,
going to tear it apart and they're going to badger you with it and badger you with it until you just break. And a lot of these content creators break. They get pissed, they always clap back. The best thing I have found out to do is not clap back. I never was like that. It took me a good year or so, but I've learned not to really clap back, to stand up and say if it's brought up in my chat,
yeah,
I do stand up for it, but I don't purposely start anymore. I used to
yeah.
purposely start a stream about bitching about it. I am not a very good what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a very good person when it comes to starting trouble and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Instigator.
yeah, yeah. Just but I won't back down now anymore either. You
Yeah,
know, if they bring it into my chat, then the fight's on. And you know
absolutely.
that.
Yeah. Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't
No,
go out looking
I
for
don't know it.
it. Yeah, yeah. And
Right.
I don't go out looking for it.
No,
You
no.
know,
As I don't. As I don't. As I think most
thank
of
you,
us don't.
Minnow.
You know. Yeah, non-confrontational. Yes, that's right, Minnow. You know, I'm the same way, but I have a little twist to me. I kind of stick my nose sometimes where some people may not agree it belongs. But, I think there's far too many people at war out here. Now, the war will never end, but there's battles that we can help suppress if we can instill a third opinion, an outside look at another point of view. Anything that we can do, and just by a few words, you would be surprised at some of the conversations I've been in where it absolutely went one way, and then just a few words of advice or a third opinion, a third eye on things, and it flipped 180. It did a 180.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, mine would be don't lie, number one, and always go to the source. Don't assume anything because
Right.
that causes more wars. Because you and what is this blocking thing? You know what I mean? Well, you blocked me. Well, so now I'm really upset because you blocked me. Well, why did you block me? Well, I don't know. I can't tell you because I'm blocked. Blocking people doesn't solve anything because nobody knows why the person got blocked. And then the other one figures, well, they should know why I got blocked. But wait a minute, if it was a he said, she said thing, then Sally said that, Dan said that, Steve said that she blocked him. But guess what? Last week, she left a comment that I saw. I don't know if it was a troll account, but she left a comment. People don't do enough research, okay? They need to stop. I always say pump up the freaking jams and volume. Stop pumping up the volume. Now, of course, Uber, you're going to have these individuals that like to watch the world burn and they're going to come at you and they're not going to care. But you know what? I let them, right, Uber? We have to let these big time trolls feed us.
Right.
And if they come too hard, great. Then it's just more pepper to crush up to put on my eggs in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a good thing that it builds our character here. And I say that story I told you that story to tell you this one. Because going back to Uber's disciplinary days in school, her strict Roman Catholic upbringing, as I was also brought up, it does put a certain edge on you. It puts an edge on it, a different edge than, say, like a public school, which public school has a whole other sharpened razor edge that, I don't have 100% experience. I went to school in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is, right outside of Allentown, as we were talking about. And it was a Catholic school. It was strict, but it wasn't to the point where I needed to smack a nun. But I have seen teachers get very physical. We had one teacher, Mr. Tracy, who was an Irish guy. Get that, he was an Irish guy that devoted allegiance to the Queen of England. Now,
Oh,
I was very confused, and the last time I saw him, and his name was Dick Tracy, and
what a name.
I will not making it up, but Dick Tracy. Last time I saw him, he had a child in a one of the desks, the old Catholic desks, and it was connected. The seats connected to the workstation. He
Right.
picked the workstation part up and lifted the child up with it and was shaking it in the air. Well, guess what? Another Dick walked by, Dick Culver, and these are real names. And sorry, Dick. Culver was cool because Culver helped me pass high school because I was too busy smoking pot, getting laid, and drinking underage to even. I had an English essay, a 14-page English essay that I still haven't written, but it still passed. But then they told me I wasn't going to pass if I didn't finish it. Well, thank you, Dick Culver. But yeah, I mean, we all go through our things there in school, and I think it's funny. Hi, LaDonna, there she is. It's good to see all you guys here showing
Yeah,
up.
we all do. It's I don't know. I'm so damn old I can barely stand myself, but it's amazing. It depends on the mood I'm in blocking people. Depends on the mood. Let me just put it that way. There's some days I don't give a shit. Fuck you. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Get them out of here. And then there's some days like, oh yeah, I'm in the mood to mess back with you. Come on.
Yeah, you get a little, you get a little pep in your step sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. And I gotta say, with that being said, like all this, the communities have been running amok lately.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I'm not going to get into detail about any of them. Everybody here knows what's going on everywhere. Okay, there's 32 of you in here. We're not, we all know what's going on pretty much everywhere. Not everywhere, but there's things going on. So, just don't take hearsay so seriously. You need to kind of go to the source. Would be my, and all you guys out there, have been so supportive of the channel. Anytime I have some type of interview, you're always interested to come in and find out what's going on, who I'm interviewing. And Uber is an amazing guest, an amazing woman. And if you're not going back and binge watch, I remember I commented on one of your videos. I was binge watching, and I probably watched, I'm not even kidding, probably 30 videos that day. And it was just so fun just to see the difference in what you bring. Of course, the first video I saw, and I always bring the Christmas ones up because you were singing Santa Baby. And I mean, that was just, it was a popular upload. I'll just say that. So, yeah. It was very, very cool. It's also cool to see Uber Goober go live and talk about, current issues, things going on, the state of the boy, anything, all the stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it's always a pleasure and it's always great fun.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. I really do, and appreciate this this interview. I mean, I've been watching you now since right before you went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And been watching you, and I'm just really, I really have fallen in love with you. Not, I don't want to marry you, but I've fallen.
Oh, damn it! This is why I'm 42 and not married. But everybody says I'm lucky.
And Barbie too. She is quite the little gal. So
yeah, Barbie girl gets, she gets, like all of us. We all get static. Some of it's deserved. A lot of it's not. But we're not always going to get along with the same people here.
Right.
And this is where the term flip floppers came in. So this is, and I can pretty much, I don't know. I'm very proud to be able to bring people honesty, and bring people loyalty. Or support. You need me. Get in touch with me. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to get in touch with you on Twitter because we can DM each other now. That's just how we set everything up. But I like to be in touch with people, and there was one situation that arose. I'm not going to get into it, but like I thought somebody was in deep trouble,
Mm.
and they sent me their address, which made me think, okay, well, this is serious. And then it all ended up being some type of sham.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into it, like I said, and like I promised, and we're coming up on our hour anyway here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm not going to keep you all day, Uber, because you got things to do in the life to live, and you probably are you going to go. Let me ask you this: what's your schedule like as far as streaming? Do you just stream like I do, and just when you
Well,
have the time and you feel like it? Because that's how I do it.
excuse my dog's barking.
No,
Somebody's
don't worry
here.
about it. Don't worry. Go take care. If you got to answer the door, answer the door.
She'll come right in the back door. I think I know who it is. She's going to go get my meds for me today.
Okay.
But I used to stream every day at noon. That was my slot, every day at noon. And
Yeah.
then I've progressively gotten sicker and sicker. And there's sometimes I just can't. I just don't have the energy to even get off the couch,
Yeah.
or out of bed at times. But so I've kind of cut back and left all you youngerns to take over. But I'm going to be working. Good morning, baby. Hang on, I'm going to mute just for a
Go
second.
ahead. Take your
Okay.
time. I'll catch up with chat. Hi, Miss Kitty. Yes, honey. Bleach Barbie Blonde Bimbo. That's right, folks. Thanks again, guys, for coming in and watching our interview here with Uber. We're winding it down just with some loose time here. And we'll have Uber drop her link, say something in chat so you guys can sub her up. I will be dropping a link in the description below. Definitely check out her content. You'll find yourself watching a video and then maybe 3 and then 5. It depends on what mood you're in. So she's gonna go up in it. See, this is one reason I love Uber here. She's real life. She don't care. Stuff happens all around Uber all the time, and she just rolls with it.
You got to.
You got to roll with it. You know what I mean?
But so anyway, hence why I'm part of the reason why I'm going to this other channel, which is Uber's Histories and Mysteries, and it'll be just videos of certain things. And I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. So
Yeah. Thank you, Flatty.
thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I want to continue as soon as I get to feeling a little bit better. Every Monday is the missing. We're going to be doing that tomorrow,
Awesome.
where I try to help, get the word out about a missing person.
Yeah. Awesome stuff.
My health is really taking a toll on me here the last,
I
almost
know.
a year now.
I worry about you. I mean, and not in the way like I'm just constantly, oh my God, you know what I mean? But it's like,
Right.
it's COPD is nothing to struggle. It's something that is I actually have, I was diagnosed with chronic bronchitis when I was smoking cigarettes, but I smoked cigarettes for 25 years. Then I quit, but now I'm starting to smoke these flavored cigars, and I've been smoking them for like almost 3 months, and I'm back. Like I got nicotine in my blood again. So
Right.
I'm not, and I was going to make a stop smoking video after 25 years. I was talking, I'm going to give 7 tips on how I quit cold turkey, and I can't do that while I'm smoking that. That's just
Right.
hypocritical. So I put the video off until I quit these, but
Right.
these will be much easier because I just. You know what I mean? It's different. Like cigarettes to be relaxing. Cigars aren't. I just started it, and now it's like, I
thought about doing a video showing what I go through every day from the time I go to bed till the time I wake up.
You should. Those are
on this
popular vlogs.
TV. And it is not a pretty thing. It's not pretty. I have what they call a CPAP machine, but I have oxygen hooked up to it at night, which I can't sleep without it. I had to, thank you so much, Barbie. I have to have my bed raised so I can breathe at night. I have to have, I've got one pillow underneath one arm. I've got another pillow down by my stomach, and I have to lay on my right side. I went through cancer, breast cancer, and it left me pretty well. The chemo and the radiation pretty much left me with a lot of scar tissue and pain, and just really messed my body up. But so I sleep with like 5 pillows. And it's not pretty, and I take like tons of medications.
Nothing wrong with that. 5 pillows sounds great. I have one of the long ones that goes the whole stretch of my
Oh
bed.
God, I would love that.
Then I have
Yeah.
two of them. Yeah, but I don't need to throw it in between my legs. A lot of people like to do that. I don't need that.
See, I have to have one in between my legs because
See,
I've
okay.
got arthritis.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Well, I've had Lyme disease since I was 15, so
My
almost
God,
30 years. Almost 30 years. So
my
yeah, that's
gosh.
yeah. What's
You
up,
are a
Lori?
sweetheart.
Yeah, you know, and we all, and again, folks, we all deal with this. And remember, this isn't just, I don't care. I always say, and I've been saying it, uh,
Mm,
you know, I don't care how far you are away from me. I care about people as much as I care someone 2,000 miles away as I do someone that is next door. I,
Oh,
I don't, I always will come to you. I will always support you as long as I believe you're just and true. And, that's the bottom line. And I'm happy to have Uber up here.
oh,
Someone
bless
that is just and true, and she's a role model for not just me, for others, and not only how to trudge, as we were saying, your way through life and the difficult times, with the things we go through in death and the things we go through, losing people, the struggles of everyday life, financialism, like
right.
different things like this. There's always people to reach out to. Don't be afraid. I always say a stranger sometimes is much easier to talk to and tell your deepest secrets to than someone that a loved one or someone that you trust and love and know. So keep that in mind for when you guys are out there. Use all your resources available,
Hmm.
and don't take advantage of other people because
Exactly.
karma will come for you.
Exactly. Yep.
And in closing, hi Mona, how you doing, honey? Do you have anything? Do you want to take some questions from the chat here? It looks like it's
Yeah.
pretty much good people. I mean, that's up to
Yeah.
you.
If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please post them now. We'll give you a few minutes,
I
and
want to thank you all for
obviously
coming
nothing
in.
vulgar or anything like that.
Anybody's, you're such a sweetheart. I just love the dickens out of you. I do. Like I said, I'm a lurker. Been watching.
Well, I'm a big believer in uh, just trust over time, and I mean true trust. And I bring that word up, and I don't take that word lightly. You know,
Oh, okay, Deb. I think a show about COPD would be great. Okay, sure.
I really think that what you do from when you get up to when you go to bed is an amazing idea. You really should. These are very popular videos. People are interested in that, and then you edit it down. You confine it to 10 minutes or less or something. I
Right.
mean, that's going to be a super great video. I think everybody would be interested to find out what happens day
You
to day.
know what, Monique? Monique wants to know, Uber, what do you think? What do you like to stream, like games or podcasts? I love podcasts. To be honest with you, I like to sit and shoot the shit, so they call it.
Yep.
Um,
Hi,
and I
Pam.
like to do little short, funny clips. Dress up as a character and do short, funny clips.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that.
You gotta check her stuff out, guys. Check her playlist. You'll find one of those playlists. You'll be like, okay, I like this. What she's doing here, and you'll go through the whole playlist. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's good
And
stuff.
COPD is not a joke. I will tell you all a little secret. What you see right here is good. When I get off the stream, there's days I sit and I will cough up a lung, or I am so tired just walking to the restroom and being out of breath. So you guys don't see that. You don't see that part of it. And it's not fun.
Yeah, I don't imagine it is.
Oh, cool, Monique. Says I cross-played once at Disneyland in college, Uber. That is so cool. There's
Ooh.
things I would love to do on my bucket list. I call it a shit list. I would love to go back down to Anaheim. I would love to go to Anaheim again. I haven't been since I was 7 years old.
I never been to Canada.
Well, Anaheim is Disney World or Disneyland.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, I'm thinking. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I never been over there though.
Oh my God, it's so fun.
Well,
And
my
I
parents
was
lived
there
in.
when I was 7 years old. I almost killed myself, drowned,
Oh,
fell in
how?
the swimming pool. And I got
Oh,
beat for being in the swimming pool.
what?
So yeah, I
Was
got
it?
a double whammy on that one.
Was
Well,
it? Who used to
well,
be? Who used to discipline you as far as that? If you
my
were gonna get,
mother,
I
my
was gonna say
mother.
your dad took. He got the hell out of there. He's
Oh
like,
my God. Yeah. Well, what happened was we had just been to Disneyland. This real quick. Just
mm-hmm.
went to Disneyland, and I had gotten a balloon. I think I was 7 or 8 when this happened. I'd gotten a Mickey Mouse balloon, and you know how the swimming pools have gates around them.
Yeah,
Now we were told not to go near the pool. So what did dumbass do here, smarty pants?
I don't
I
know.
got myself in there, and I had let go of my helium balloon, and it went over the pool. Not my,
Oh,
I went to grab for it and fell into the pool. I didn't know how to swim at that time, and my mother had told us kids if we ever fall into a body of water, relax. Well, I did, and somebody saw me relaxing in the pool and floating and pulled me out. And they went and got my mom and my dad. And my
oh.
mother grabbed me by the ear. I still lost my Mickey Mouse balloon. Grabbed me by the ear, yanked me in the daggum uh, uh, room, and proceeded to beat my ass for not for not listening. You know what? I deserved it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny. I tell people often, it's funny what you think that you know when you're 18. It's even hilarious when you are 28 and look back what you actually thought when you were
Yeah.
18. And then when you're 38, you look back and say, "Boy, I was an idiot when I was 28." When you're 48, you look back and say, "Boy, I was an idiot when I was." It's just that's what I'm getting. I don't know. I'm 42 years old. All right, so I'm 40.
Uh-huh.
So if you take my tens and you say 10 and then 20, like, I realized that all the arguing I did with my parents was pretty much, I was like, well, I'm 90% right. They're 10% right.
Yeah.
Then I realized real quick around when in my, maybe late 20s, yeah, that late, that, wait a minute. What the hell's going on around here? I'm 10% wrong and they're 90% right because I'm screwed right now. And if I would have listened to freaking dad, I'd be pretty good right now. No,
Exactly.
Grandma told me to save $10 every week. Uber, and I never did it. You know what I did
I
with that
hear you.
$10? I bought a dime bag worth of weed and I got high under the bleachers kissing Sally Francis. So sorry
I was
about
the
that.
same way. Well, I didn't do
You
the
know?
weed back then, but yeah, I was always told to save money and never did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'll be
Absolutely.
64 in April, and I
Okay.
have lived so much life.
You
So
look great. You look like you're like 55. I seriously like
oh,
you look great. You look great.
thanks. I have lived so much life and so many stories in my almost 64 years of age that I possibly could never remember each and every story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have friends that I talk to, like my little friend in the Dalton gang. She said, "Do you remember this?" And I went, "No." Yeah, you did this. You were hilarious. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I got so much of that. Remember the old reel
Yeah.
film from Christmas time? Like I swear, my father before he died, he must have had like 40 pounds. I'm not kidding, for like 40 or 50 pounds
Oh
worth of
my
it.
gosh.
And they weren't even of our family. That's just the confusing part. I didn't understand it. I'm like, well, who is this? Well, he's like, well, that's not of us, but I got to keep him around. Just like the records he kept. I don't even know what they were. They were like this
No
thick.
vinyls.
Like
Yeah,
what the hell? I'm like, like literally,
yes,
like
I
almost.
remember them.
Yeah, and he blamed me for losing that. The thing is, I always used to take Dad's tools out of the garage, and then after so many years, he just blamed me for everything when it actually wasn't my fault. So
It's easier that way.
it is. So I don't know, but I want to. We'll wrap. If anybody has questions, I don't know if. Hey, it's
I don't
Jules. It's a
see
shame.
anything.
Yeah,
I
I didn't see any
think all
questions.
the people that are having problems breathing. I was watching a few of that, asthma and all of that. If you do smoke, either try to cut back or quit. It's not worth it. I'm telling you what, I suffer each and every day with this. And you don't get over this. You don't get better. it progressively gets worse.
Yeah. COPD,
No,
never joke about. You know, you're
yeah,
hearing it from the horse's mouth, the fifth horseman.
yeah. Oh, Monique, if I ever get a chance to get back to Disneyland, I'm going to do it. I would have to drive because I can't fly, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, I want to
Arm.
thank you so much I just love you so much. You're such a sweetheart.
Well, you are the sweetheart. That's why I wanted you
Thank
on
you.
here. That's you
Thank
know. I mean,
you.
I wanted to exploit you as the wonderful woman you are. So sorry I
Oh,
exploited you, but I had to do it. You know, I do look up to you. You're such a funny, a beautiful, laid back, kind hearted soul, and you know, I think there's a lot to be learned over there. So don't forget, guys. There he is. What's up, Blue Waffles?
hey, Waffles.
How you doing? You just made it in time there, Waffles. I
How
gotta
you
get in
doing?
touch with you. And yes,
So don't forget, guys, the new channel that I'm going to just be putting.
yeah. Post a link. Let's get some links in here.
Uh,
Uber, you want to put a link in there?
this is me, and
Uber.
then I don't have the link to the new one that I can pull up yet. I just got it opened. I was going to do everything on my Uber Goober channel, but I
Yeah,
went ahead and it's called Uber's Histories and Mysteries.
yeah.
So
So
it'll be a lot about Hollywood mysteries. It will also be about fun facts. So,
let
oh
me.
shoot, I gotta go. My phone is ringing. I
Go
think it's
ahead.
now that's getting my meddies.
Do what you got to do. I'll
Oh,
get the links
okay.
up there, honey. Thank you so much for
I
coming
love
on,
you guys. Thank you.
and I will post a link there.
Thank you so much. I
You're
got to
welcome,
run real
Uber.
quick.
Love you, honey. And I will be posting a link to her secondary new channel uh, in the description below, folks. So I'm going to cut that down. Yeah, I don't. I'm going to find it. It'll take me a little bit to find it. I know the name, but I have to. There's her first channel, and then Simple Simon. How you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for showing up and hanging out for the little time that we had. You know, I was trying to bring this interview uh, right in the middle, kind of the day. I know football's going on and all that stuff, but I wanted to make it pretty much convenient, as convenient for Uber as possible, and the timing was just perfect. So we took advantage of it there. But there's her first channel. If you scroll up just a little bit, you'll see I dropped a link in there. Make sure to go follow her up there. And afterwards, I will be dropping a link for her new channel, and we'll go about it the right way. So I want to thank each and every one of you wonderful people for coming in here to Four Scores and Seven Beers Ago and enjoying our sit down here with the one and only Uber Goober. And again, remember, take care of yourselves, take care of others, and live your best life. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next live stream video or whatever the hell I'm going to do. Love you all. Thank you all for showing me up. I see you, Army Gamer. I pinned your comment, brother. Look, I'll pin it again. Hi, Army Gamer. I don't know about notifications are weird. You too, Blue Waffles. Thank you for coming in very much. It's great to see all you guys. So go have fun. Have a safe rest of your weekend. Have a good, whatever meal you're having next. Make sure that meal kicks some freaking ass. All right, guys, I love you. And the four horsemen are coming. I kicked myself out there instead of leaving. That's what happens there. All right. Wait a minute. What the hell? Skiwi. Bye. Yeah, I'm leaving Skiwi. Good to have you here, brother. Thank you for coming in, Skiwi. Yeah, I know. I want to thank you, Mona. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I would, Skiwi, I know who you are. I would have been, I'm honored you're here, and I'd be honored for you to troll me anytime, my friend. One of the true trolls. That's one of the, the smart, the intelligent ones. So always a pleasure. Hi, Allison, honey. And hold on. Yeah. I would stay live, but, because I want to talk to y'all. But I can't. I tried to end the broadcast and I booted myself out of the stream. So I'll do that now. But thank you guys again for coming in and watching my stream here with Uber Goober. She's awesome. She's amazing. And I will be dropping a link for her new channel down in the description below. So that should be very cool to take care of that, and look forward to that first stream, because she doesn't have one up yet. So don't be dismayed if you don't see anything there. So I love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.